Okay, we're going to now solve using the quadratic formula. So let's look at this first question here. Okay, zoom out a little bit. The first question reads, 4x squared minus 91 equals 12x. I need to set the equation equal to 0, so I'm going to start off by moving the positive 12x from the right side to the left by subtracting 12x. So it now reads 4x squared minus 12x minus 91 equals 0. I can identify A, B, and C. A is 4, B is negative 12, and C is negative 91. Start off with my equation, negative B plus or minus the square root of, B squared minus 4AC over 2A. I like to write my equation leaving openings where I can insert my information. So I'm replacing each of the letters with a blank. So following the formula, B is negative 12, A is 4, and C is negative 91. I'm going to use my calculator at this time to type it in. So, alpha y equals enter, negative 12 plus the square root of negative 12 squared minus 4 times 4 times negative 91 over 2 times 4. And so my first solution is x equals 13 halves. To find my second solution, going back to the calculator, I will highlight the equation and hit expression and hit enter. And I will move and I will change the plus sign to a minus and hit enter, and my second solution is x equals negative 7 halves. We have now solved the first equation. So now let's look at the next equation. The second equation is 5x squared plus 9x equals 126. I need to set it equal to 0, and I have a positive 126, so I'm going to subtract it from both sides. And then I will rewrite the equation. It is 5x squared plus 9x minus 126 equals 0. I need to identify A, B, and C. A is 5, B is 9, and C is negative 126. Start off with the quadratic equation. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. I'm going to rewrite, leaving blanks so I can insert my information. So that's a negative b squared minus 4 times a times c, over so you can see it, over 2 times a. So b is 9, a is 5, and c is negative 126. Again, I'm going to go to my calculator and I'm going to enter the information. See if we can line it up. Alpha y equals enter negative 9 plus the square root of 9 squared minus 4 times 5 times negative 126 over 2 times 5. And my first solution is x equals 21 over 5. For my next solution, going back to the calculator, I'm going to go up and highlight, hit enter, and then I will go back. And I will change the plus to a minus for the second solution. And it is x equals negative 6. I have now solved the question number 2. So now let's look at question number 3. Question number 3 reads x squared minus 35x plus 70. This equation has already been set equal to 0. So I can just start off by identifying A, B, and C. A is 1, B is negative 35, and C is 70. My equation, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Again, I'm going to rewrite it, leaving space for my information. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. B is negative 35, A is 1, and C is 70. So let's input this into the calculator. Make this a little darker because 35 is negative. We need to make sure that it shows. So alpha y equals enter negative 35 plus the square root of negative 35 squared minus 4 times A times C, which is 70, over 2 times 1, and enter. This time I have a decimal answer, so I'm going to round it to the hundredths place, and so my first solution is x equals 32 and 87 hundredths. For my second answer, my second solution I should say, I will highlight and enter, switching the plus with the minus. And my second solution, again, rounding to the hundredths place, will be 2 13/100. So this is the solution to this equation. And last but not least, number 4. Number 4. Let's get it situated. All right, so we have 4x squared equals negative 8x plus 221. I again need to set my equation equal to 0. Out of habit, I'm going to move everything to the left because I want to keep my x squared positive. If you would like, you can move the 4x over and you will still get the same answer. So at this time, I'm going to change negative 8x to positive 8x. And I get 4x squared plus 8x equals 221. So I need negative 221. And my new equation becomes 4x squared plus 8x equals, excuse me, I got my minus 2 in. So 4x squared plus 8x minus 221 equals 0. Now I can identify my A, B, and C. A is 4, B is 8, and C is negative 221. Like always, start with my equation. Negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC over 2A. I'm going to leave space again. So it's negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC over 2A. Let's get it all in here. So B is 8, A is 4, and C is negative 221. Let's then put that into the calculator. Alpha y equals enter. Negative 8 plus the square root of 8 squared minus 4 times 4 times negative 221 over 2 times 4. And my first solution is x equals 13/2. For my second solution, I will go back again, highlight, hit enter, and change my plus to a minus. And my second solution is negative 17/2. This problem took a little extra work, but it was well worth it.